we're very much disconnected from nature in the sense of, we were evolved to have feet on the ground and not, I'm standing in my bedroom on a wooden floor, which has probably got brick below it and concrete or whatever. It's not, soil, it's not stone, it's not, gravel, that's natural kind of elements, as it were. So what's the rule in there with grounding, and how can we do more of it, or why do we need to do more of it?
Yeah. Okay. So number one is grounding is the practice of taking your shoes off and standing in the grass, or standing on soil, or swimming in the sea or in a lake. The basics, again, to keep it high level, are that we're obviously electrical creatures. We get positive photons or photon energy from the sun. We get negative electrons, or should I say electrons, from the earth. And that's the two ends of the battery. And we're a biocircuit board in between the two. So we evolved with our feet on the ground, or with leather on our feet, which is conductive as well, not with rubber soles that insulate us from the ground, which completes the circuit. It means that we get a free flow of electrons, and we get plenty of photons from the sun. Well, now we're covered up in clothes. We don't get much sunlight because we've migrated away from where we evolved from. And that's specifically true for darker skin in northern countries. They have a vitamin D deficiency quite a lot of the time, and have the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world, darker skin in the northern hemisphere, which is important to get vitamin D. But getting the free electrons from the earth when grounding, basically the electrons pair with the free radicals, and you would have heard of free radicals. Everyone seems to be talking about those damn free radicals, which are a byproduct of our mitochondria, or energy production, and from various other things as well. And what happens is that the free electron goes, so the free radical pairs and makes it stable. And what that actually means is that it reduces inflammation and helps the body work as it should do, I guess, in its simplest form. If we don't ground, we're not getting the free electrons. And you can take antioxidants like vitamin C and all these other amazing antioxidants, which are great. But really, when you have inflammation, the best thing that you can do for health, for inflammation, is ground. It literally is. And if people have anxiety or a panic attack, or or many inflammation things like headaches, for instance, if you go and swim in the sea, when you have a bad headache, not only are you getting minerals and hydrating from the water by osmosis, you're also getting the free electrons from the sea. You're hyperconnected, which reduces inflammation, and a lot of headaches are actually either hydration or inflammation. So it's actually the win-win between the two. So grounding is like one of the best kept secrets ever for inflammation. And if you look at the studies on inflammation and how they've increased over the last 40 years, and time that in with how rubber soles were added to shoes, you'll see that there's a correlation. Doesn't mean causation, but it is pretty indicative to me. So yeah, grounding is super important, and I practice it every morning for at least 20 minutes when I'm doing my Wim Hof breathing exercise in the garden. In fact, I spent pretty much the whole year without shoes on in the garden or on the beach working or whatever. I also have a grounding mouse mat here, and I have a earthing floor mat, and they're connected to the earth socket of the wall. So it goes out to the earth. So you can measure your body voltage near electrical things and see your body voltage go up. And then as soon as you touch earth, you'll see that your body voltage comes down. So you can see that you're obviously connected. And for me, I find that it's significantly better if I do get, not a panic, because I don't really do that so much anymore, but get a bit anxious or have a busy day, then I need to take a breath. I'll go outside, I'll roll up my trouser legs, get my shoes off, sit in the grass. 5-10 minutes later, top notch. It's amazing. And I've tested this for years, for several years now.
And the kind of at-home solution would be to look into a grounding mat, because obviously right now it's raining, so going outside might not be very pleasant. And as we approach winter, it probably become less pleasant. And for people who live in, cities and stuff, don't have access to the sea, or, even to sometimes gardens if you're living in a block of flats. So would a grounding mat at home be the kind of solution for that?
Well, you can get bed sheets, pillowcases, mouse mats, shoe straps for your shoes. They're all coming out now. So you can integrate it. I mean, I try to be grounded 80% of the day, naturally or not naturally. And I don't replace the natural with unnatural unless I have to. For instance, if I could podcast in the garden, I would.